Alright, just going to analyze the market. Alright, so because it's getting really interesting, especially, you know, the breakdown in the SPY was tested, rejected, blah, 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 right? And now it's doing that retest, so it's really important to watch this area because, and watch this behavior because there should be a turning point coming soon. And it's really important to understand how that thing occurs. Alright. So last time I explained that on the, get rid of these, that there is some type of, I think it's short covering, yeah, because this was the accumulation that had occurred right there on the daily chart. That's the accumulation that led to this markup, right? So typically what happens is when prices, they come to two levels, and both those levels, you know, depends, one or the other reacts and the rally continues. Those are basically the areas where there's a breakout or absorption, or there are areas where there's accumulation and distribution. So what happened was this market, it pulled back right into this accumulation area. And from that accumulation area, there was definitely some type of buying. But I'm not sure right now, is that reaccumulation for an advance? So I have some evidence for that, which I'll share. Because, or is it reaccumulation or is it short covering? I need some more data, but you know, I'll show. So anyway, this was the accumulation you see on the left hand side on the daily. That's the accumulation that led to the markup, which led to the eventual pullback, and that's exactly where they covered. How do you know? Look at this. On the New York Stock Exchange and on the NASDAQ, there was buying. 2,138 stocks went up, and then 1916 went up. So there was some type of buying, but not sure if it's accumulation or if it's short covering, okay? This is actually more buying than there was initial selling, which caused the downtrend. The downtrend was caused by 1789. Here you have 1916, okay? And then on the NASDAQ, 2255 initiated the downtrend, and now you have 2138. They're very, very close. So this is evidence that there is buying. I mean, look at this. The biggest upwave in 21 waves. The biggest upwave in 21 waves. You know, that means on both exchanges there's buying. All right. So very important to note, and it's doing it exactly where it should do it, because the bulls accumulated that area and went right into that area, and that's where the buying came. So typically that happens when the bulls are buying again, or then maybe there's some short covering, which I'm not sure. All right, so now let's take a look at the SPY. Look at this base that's setting up. See that base? You see the length of that base? All right. It's bigger than the prior base that initiated this. Here is your accumulation. Right? We know that that's accumulation because of the rally that came. And this is your distribution up here. This move, all this was the distribution. And then it went back down, goes to that same area, and now you have this sideways consolidation here. Is it accumulation? That's the question. It's going sideways. You have buying. Something's going on at these levels. And I think the NASDAQ is pretty bullish too. So there's something going on. It's probably the banks that are just, you know, holding the market down. But I think it's getting ready for an explosive upside move. But I'm not sure if this is accumulation, because you have buying here and you have it going right to where it's supposed to go. There are two spots. If it broke out, it would come back and test. Probably, you know, and then the other one's at this level, and that's where it occurred. It's very, very common, happens all the time, The rallies are caused by buyers and sellers that are defending their positions. So you have to be able to identify their position. If you can do that, then you trade with them. That's the real, when you look at a chart, if you develop that skill, then understand that you're trading with the composite man or whatever, CO, CM, basically big money. All right, so I'm going to be watching this. Now, it doesn't mean that this cannot continue to go lower. It absolutely can, because we don't have a lack of pressure yet. You have buying, but you don't have a lack of pressure. Unless there's a lack of pressure followed by a higher high, trend is not established. So you have to wait for that. If you don't wait for that, it's like pointless. Okay. All right. That's all, folks. Take care. Bye.